I am here with Nigeria Richardson, the Executive Director of We Are Family, which I just discovered is an amazing organization in Charleston, South Carolina for the LGBTQI community. Awesome. Listen, I was practicing that. But let's start off. Can you just introduce yourself and tell the world a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Nigeria Richardson. I'm 25 years old, born and raised here in Charleston, South Carolina. And I'm a licensed social worker here in the state of South Carolina. And I work at We Are Family as the executive director. And I have been doing that since the beginning of this year, of 2019. And it's been really exciting. We work with LGBTQ plus youth, and we have a full range of programs from peer discussion groups to an annual prom event and everything in between.
So for the inquiring mind that doesn't know, can you explain the LBG to that entire acronym?
Yeah, so we say LGBTQI plus because there's so many other letters as well, but the L stands for lesbian, the G stands for gay, the B, bisexual, and those are kind of the ones that people mainly know, and then the T is transgender, and then the I is intersex, and then the plus includes allies, questioning, queer, pansexual, demisexual, and many more.
So what urged you to get involved with the We Are Family organization?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I grew up here as a young queer person, but when I was here in high school and figuring out my identity, I had no idea what We Are Family was. Like, I had never heard of it. So I went off to college, studied social work, and as an intern in my undergraduate program, I worked at Time Out Youth, which is an organization in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's very similar to We Are Family. And then I also got involved with another organization and did a workshop for Safe Space here at We Are Family, and so that's when I first was introduced, and I was like, wow, this is a program similar to the one that I'm in over in Charlotte, North Carolina, but it's so much smaller and grassroots. And so I made it my mission to come back to South Carolina after grad school, and was like, we need to really work on the programs that are here in my hometown for LGBTQ youth.
That's awesome. And which I did a little bit of research on the program, and what I discovered is it was founded in 1995 under the direction of Tom Myers, who was the father of a gay son, and because it just goes back to being a support group. So as a young queer youth in Charleston, what is it like being a young queer in Charleston?
Yeah, so Charleston doesn't have a lot of visibility when it comes to queerness and transness. I think that it can be really challenging to find resources here. One of the things that We Are Family has had a hand in is the youth count, which was a study of youth homelessness here in Charleston, and we have just found that it's astronomical how many youth, and especially how many youth are LGBTQ and kicked out of their homes and then experience homelessness due to family rejection, and then also the lack of resources for youth homelessness here in Charleston. So it's just really challenging in that front. School systems can be really challenging. You know, if you're a trans person, being able to use the restroom that aligns with your gender can be a challenge. Not being dead named at school, so making sure that teachers use your chosen name. There are many issues that can be challenging, and then, you know, once again, it all goes back to being at home as well. Is your family supportive, or are they not?
So how does We Are Family alleviate or help in a way with some of these problems?
Yeah, so we have some monthly and weekly support groups for different demographics and age ranges. That's the emotional support piece that we provide. We also have a Trans Love Fund that we partner with the Alliance for Full Acceptance on, and that provides financial assistance to trans individuals, knowing that trans individuals in the South are extremely marginalized and experience homelessness at a higher rate than most, and many other discrimination such as unemployment as well. Those microgrants help in those ways for trans individuals, as well as we provide GSA support to student groups on campuses and in middle and high schools. We also have an LGBT Teach program where we provide cultural competency so that other organizations, churches, service providers have the language to be able to talk about LGBTQ identities and then also be able to serve people in a way that is fair and just and allows them the same access and basic rights that they deserve.
And I think that's awesome because sometimes you just have to educate people. Some people just don't know. And the fact that this resource is here, I think that's really awesome. And people should definitely reach out. And you have a ton of things listed. So from peer groups to having a drop-in space. But what I want to talk about that you guys have coming up is the Queer Prom 2019. So can you tell the viewers a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so this upcoming June 27th, we're going to have an adult queer prom. It's at Dudley's on Thursday, June 27th from 6 to 9:30. Dudley's on Ann Street. And this is basically a fundraiser for adults, but it helps fund our annual youth prom. The youth prom is, this year we had our fourth annual youth prom, and we had 186 youth attend, and last year we had 109. And the youth prom is completely free for them. We do it at the Redux every year, and so the adult prom is a way to be able to fundraise for the following year of the youth prom.
And if someone wants to attend, how can they find tickets, or how does all of that go?
Yeah, so if you follow us on Facebook or just find us on Facebook, you can find a link to the event. And then in the description, there are tickets available through Eventbrite, and they cost $25 in advance, $30 at the door.
Awesome. So if someone just wants to get involved, this is their first time hearing about We Are Family, how can they reach out to you? Do you prefer your website, social media? How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so they can find us on social media, Facebook or Instagram at We Are Family Charleston, CHS. They can also find us on our website, www.waf.org, or they can email us directly at info@waf.org.
And I want to talk about the store, the thrift store that you guys actually have. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because they have some really awesome things in here. I want to get things before I tell you guys about it. So you don't take what I want.
Yes, I'm always rocking Closet Case thrift stuff like every day. So we have a program called Closet Case Thrift Store, and it's a way to provide funding for our programs. And in our space that is brand new for us, located at 1801 Reynolds Avenue, Unit B, the first half of the space is our thrift store, Closet Case. And the website for that is closetcasethrift.com, and you can shop sustainable fashions and help contribute to LGBTQ plus youth in South Carolina.
Pride is all year long. I mean, in the South, we celebrate Pride in the fall, not just because it's, it's not as hot like it is, around, but, why just celebrate 1 month when you can celebrate throughout the whole month? Have events that are inclusive, but also giving back to those local charities where, they're working to make changes, helping LGBT youth, helping LGBT seniors, helping change the way, making things better for LGBT people in the South.
Awesome. And what is your, I don't even want to say your dream, because I feel like everything can actually be a reality. So what is your goal for Charleston and the queer community? What is something that you want to see happen?
Yes. So an emerging theme of our work has been voice and choice. So I want to know that we are amplifying the voices of LGBTQ plus youth and people, and that we are creating visibility here in Charleston so that people don't feel the need to leave. I want everyone to feel like South Carolina and Charleston is an affirming place that they can stay, and they don't have to go somewhere else more progressive, because we all deserve to be able to feel safe and free in our hometowns.
Awesome. Anything else that you would like to add?
Not really, except thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much.